why do we come home? Because we have family here, we have friends here.
Yeah.
We miss the kolomi,
Yes.
the kway chap. Why are you still here? People still ask me that question. The reason why I'm saying that is because people keep painting that picture of the grass is always greener on the other side. But people don't see it as the grass is always greener where you water it.
What is up, guys? My name is Charles Liew. Welcome to Biz Chat with Charles Liew, where I talk to real business people about real business stuff. But hey, why so serious? In this episode, we may be talking about non-businessy stuff, but it's business related. Okay, we're going to be talking about the idea of coming home and whether you should bring your talents back home to Malaysia, to Sarawak. Okay, and I've got a special guest today. He's a personal friend. His name is David Marcus Raja, and he is the Special Administrative Officer to the Deputy Chief Minister. Okay, and he's also part of the SDMC as well, the Sarawak Disaster Management Committee. So I'm very excited to have him because this guy came back to Sarawak, hopefully for good, from Canada. So I want to ask him just why. So without further ado, why did you come back?
Sarawak has always been home to a lot of us. I mean, even those who are working, studying in overseas, people still come back. I mean, when I was studying in Canada, I come back. I mean, I have the privilege to come back almost every 2 years or every year. And we look forward to that. Yeah. And why do we come home? Because we have family here, we have friends here. Yeah. We miss the kolomi, the kway chap. Yeah. I come back quite often, so it's not like I left. I feel like I didn't leave.
What's quite often, like every holiday?
Almost every holiday.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe twice a year?
Probably once a year.
Sure.
When I was working overseas.
Sure. Sure. I mean, you are saying you are back home now because of all of that, right? So family, friends, things you care about, basically. Define home. What's home to you? Is it a place really, or is it feelings?
I guess it's both. Okay. Right? You sense of belonging. So when you come back, you feel comfortable. Yeah. All familiar places. So you come back, you feel familiar, and that's home. That's sense of home.
Okay. But why? I mean, it's one thing to come back. It's one thing to actually labor locally, right? So why did you decide to do what you do now? It's a lot easier. I know this is controversial, not really. But there's family involved, there's things like that. But surely, if your heart is not in it, like if your heart is not in it at all, you wouldn't do it. So why come home and then do what you are doing now? I mean, it's so easy to come home and just chill. Being from your background, you could so easily just live comfortably. But why labor day and night?
I would call it fate, destiny, or whatever you call it. Because everything just fall in place so fast that I didn't plan for this. I never did. So during the time, I was doing my master's, and I came back to Sarawak for personal reasons, for family. And then my sister's son had cancer. Yes. And then, so we all came back. So when I came back, I applied for this program called the Perdana Fellow Program. Yes. So
I read that on your profile. Yeah.
So I didn't think too much about the program because I knew I had to come back. And I knew I need to do something. I'm that kind of person. I can't just sit around. So I applied for it. Sure. Got in. Well, you have to write a policy that you want to change. And then you get through an interview. This is under the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Putrajaya. So I managed to get in. And this program is like the White House program, where they encourage young people, especially new graduates or undergraduates who are still studying, to apply for this program, which is a very short placement, probably 6 months. Yep. And you'll be shadowing a minister, full minister. The minister would mentor you to show their daily life, and then for 6 months. Sure. So you follow to the meetings, you follow to the cabinet, to parliament.
Everything basically, right? Like a PA.
Yeah. More as an intern.
Okay, so you shadow. Not yet. Okay. Yeah.
This program is not to not to rob someone else's job.
Okay.
It's for you to learn and grow.
Yeah.
So, because it's a 6 months program, I had to leave. I not had to leave, but I left eventually because also family reasons. My nephew got transferred to.
Did you still need to go back to Canada at the time?
Yeah, for family reasons.
Sure.
Yeah, because my nephew, when I said he was treated in Singapore, and then he was later on continued his rehabilitation in Toronto. I had to leave essentially, so I left. So left, and then I continued my thesis. Because during the time of
What was the thesis about?
mechanization for rice cultivation in Barrio.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I said when you asked me earlier about doing a PhD, I don't just do it because I want a master's. I don't just do it because I want a PhD. You do it because you want to look back and say, I'm glad I did this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And how, it sounds cheesy, but how it could help the next person create something better.
Sure.
You want progress.
Essentially, a thesis is you putting something out into the world.
Yeah. That you are passionate about. For me, it's probably selfish reasons because I've not been back to Barrio for quite some time.
Sure. You're from Barrio?
Well, my late father was from Barrio. So after he passed away in 2004, I probably distanced myself from that part of my roots, and then went to study abroad. But still, of course, you feel that sense of I want to go back, but I'm scared. I want to go back, but I'm scared, because
scared as in to confront that past.
To miss that past actually. So so because he passed away in a very fatal accident, so it's not like he passed a natural cause or anything.
Well publicized as well, which wasn't easy for you guys.
Exactly. So it was a choice. It was almost no choice for us to leave that time because very traumatic. And then when we came back, I was taking that step and say, okay, I'm going to do my masters in that village where it happened. And then come back to meet my I have a lot of relatives. Clubbits are mostly so I'm half Clubbit. So Clubbit are mostly all related, one way or another, because it's very, very, very small community. It's like maybe 5,000 of us left in this world.
Really?
Yeah, it's really, really small. So I'm a very rare breed.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's put you in the suit. Thanks for that. We'll go to a break, guys, and we'll be back with more with David Marcus Raja. We'll be right back. And we're back to Biz Chat with Charles Liew, and we are still with David Marcus Raja talking about the topic of coming home. Okay, so you went back to Barrio.
Yeah, I went back to Barrio.
Did you stay there?
Yeah, to collect data, I have to stay there. So I stayed.
For how long?
I moved back and forth Miri and Barrio.
Sure.
So probably a week and then back, and then just to collect data and then come back to key it in and all that. So I did that research for about. Well, writing takes a long time. Data collection is probably just 2-3 months. So a very quick process. And then interview people and then get to understand. Because by interviewing people, the local people, I get to, reconcile back.
They didn't know who you were?
Initially, I didn't tell them who I were. So, I look more Chinese, so I can blend in without people knowing who I am.
You thought.
But at the end of it, of course, they start talking and then they found out because this relative know and then they say, oh, don't you know who this guy is? They start and then they get angry because I didn't tell them and all that. But they became emotional and they start giving me food. Oh, it was really, really something for me.
Oh man, okay. But you stayed there. Did you rent like a place or what? Because you said 5,000. Like in my mind, it's because in my mind it's like Barrio and then it's not like a city or anything.
5,000 in the world.
Yeah. So very rare.
Not in Barrio.
Ah, right.
5,000 in the world.
So you went to like a small village to do your thing, right? Or what?
Yeah.
So where did you stay then?
Relatives. I still have relatives there.
But they didn't say anything about you who you were and things like that, lah.
It's not a big deal, honestly.
Yeah. But then like word spread, so it was a big deal.
But it's not.
A big deal.
It's not to the extent that he's staying here. Everybody come. It's not that kind like in the movies or anything. It's more like you walk around and then people said, "Are you who?" That kind of thing. It's not.
Did they say that in Kalabit?
Huh? Yeah, of course.
So you understood?
I understand Klabit, but I cannot really speak it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like Mandarin. I can speak a bit Mandarin, but I cannot read.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I love this. It's because we are getting to the very root of,
oh yeah, why? Yeah,
You know what I
we
mean?
already like deviate.
No. I think we deviated and then we came back because barrio is, I feel like something that's close to you and confronting that and then actually going there and doing your research because of that route and things like that. I feel like it's something else lah. So after you've done the research and everything, how did Dato Ama actually?
No, it's nothing to do.
Suggested that you join him.
It's nothing to do with my masters.
Yeah,
He probably doesn't even know anything about what
Okay.
what my thesis was about. It's like I just know this guy studied somewhere else.
And I can abuse him. Must come back. But did you keep in touch with him or what?
Yeah. Okay. As I said, he was a very good mentor, a very good friend. Sure. So we still kept in touch.
I always thought you guys were related somehow, you know. I did not know that, you know, it's...
Because we worked together for so long, so we look alike.
Like buddy. No, this is like buddy, and then early in the morning in the same car already, and
that's part of work. Same car doesn't mean... it's like...
I'm not saying staying together, but it's like...
No, I mean, like, it's not a privilege to be in the same car, because work keeps getting on and on, so sometimes I would rather not be in the same car.
So super early, sunrise, and then Dato Ama sitting right next to you. I was like, okay, and then your shoes.
That's
the story.
I'm just trying to tell people that this guy worked very hard, and he's dragging me with him.
I'm telling you, like, because I remember one of the things you said just now was, you know how the people's perception of people in government, they don't do anything. Like seriously, your constant posts and photos about the daily lives actually change a lot of opinions. And that's why I feel like your story is fascinating, is because like you may think you're not making a lot of change. I mean, change is something very subjective, so forget about that. But the truth with your coming back is, I saw personally that what so early and then late at night and then non-stop throughout the day, you know, like that actually, you know, I think that helped a lot of people understand what the government does. And I think like it's I mean, I used to be one of those that thinks.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Sleeping on their job and everything.
I don't blame you because I was also on that side of the fence.
There you go. Yeah.
So I never had that passion to want to be in it because you already know it's like such a waste of time kind of thing.
Yeah.
But because I knew this person personally.
Yeah.
And then of course you say me posting all these things. I'm a very private person. Yeah. So most of my posts are actually private.
There you go.
So I need like a few friends that can actually see it. But I catalog my life or through pictures of food mostly. Yeah.
And music, and good music as well. I'm sorry. Not bad.
Since high school.
Yeah.
So it became my habit. Sure. So that I can look back. It's more of my archive rather than to show the world. That's why when I post myself doing my shoes and all that, it's more for myself to look back and say, oh, last year I was here. It's a.
Do you still have that mentality when you go about your business daily?
Which one?
Like, you know, just documenting it because it's a phase of my life. You know, I could just leave this job and go back wherever.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. I think like that kind of mentality was how I started as well. Like that's why I enjoyed every single day, because this could be the last day I'm doing it. I can just do this and then this whole thing ends and then I get to go back to Australia. So that was my approach, and I found that to be very empowering because you actually have that choice. You know what I mean? So you still operate based on that?
Yeah. Because people know their privileges. So when you come to accept that, you choose. I mean, life is short. I always keep telling myself that too. You know, you can. That's why I say when I said taking this job, maybe I regret taking this job because I didn't realize it was going to be
how much of a time.
Yeah, so much time because I lose sleep, I lose time with my family, I lose time with my friends, and then you know, as much as we say social media, you can connect with your friends. I know my obligations, but I'm very grateful that most of my family and friends, they know how I operate, and they know I'm very objective as well. Once I start something, I'm like, okay, I must do it perfectly. But I take it upon myself.
So similar to me. Yeah.
The thing that people don't see is I do get anxiety attack, I do get stressed,
You told me about the headaches and everything, the migraine and everything. Yeah.
But the migraine stopped now. I'm having more of panic attack because of this.
Like, is it really panic attack? Like diagnosed panic attack?
No, it's not diagnosed panic attack.
Okay.
But I did my first degree in psychology, so I can self-diagnose. It is panic attack.
Okay. I like how you make it up something I can't find. Okay. Guys, we'll go to a break and we'll be back with the last segment shortly. Talk to you later. And we're back to Biz Chat with Charles Liew, and we're still with David, Marcus, Rajan. And we're talking about this topic of coming home because it is a topic that is very close to me. And I feel like there are a lot of talents overseas that could easily come back to contribute. What I'm saying is this, right? If you're overseas right now, think about the impact you're having to the world around you right now. Quite likely you would be average or just above average, but the truth is this: if you come home, you shine like a beacon. Without Kenny Sia coming back to Kuching, for example, there wouldn't be the Level Up Fitness chain, right? If I didn't come back, there wouldn't be Shine Pharmacy. We wouldn't even be sitting here right now in the Waterfront branch that is brand new, right? If Kenny Lee did not come back to Kuching, there wouldn't be Earthlings Coffee Workshop, and now they're doing fantastically well. You know, changing the pharmaceutical culture, changing the coffee culture, changing the fitness culture, right? And now we're talking to someone who is only 33 years old, who is now working as part of the SDMC, even the Sarawak Disaster Management Committee. So he's very, very stressed, as you can tell from his face. And he's even back home in Sarawak. He used to spend a lot of time, many years, I feel, right, in Canada. How many years? All up 10 years?
Since 2007, so...
Yeah, so, about 8 to 10 years overseas. So now, let me ask you this. Surely, every now and then, there would be regrets coming home when you're faced with maybe a different culture, a different working culture, a different working environment. Any regrets?
As we said just now, it's probably more of a frustration rather than a regret. Because why are you still here? You know, people still ask me that question. I will meet people from two different spectrum. One will try to convince me to stay and say you're doing great, you're doing good, you know, and everything, which I appreciate.
Sure.
The reason why I'm saying that is because people keep painting that picture of the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
But people don't see it as the grass is always greener where you water it, where you fertilize it, where you weed it.
Yeah.
I mean, like people like yourself, Shine Pharmacy, you know, Canisia, Level Up, Earthlings, you know, they came here. They watered the grass, you know. They fertilized the grass. They brought back new culture. They brought back new ideas, you know, in hopes that we develop as a society as well, you know. Because it's not just them being successful in business. They build a culture. They hire people. They upskill them. They train them. And then these are the people that we need to continuously encourage to come back.
For sure.
Most of the regrets would definitely be frustration. And then frustration that things doesn't go to plan. You know, frustration that things doesn't happen as quickly as you wish it would. You know, because I'm a very impatient person when I work. I want things done quick, but of course I want things done right. Coming back here, change is definitely hard to instill in people. You know, it's very hard, and it takes time. But fortunately, I do see change. So I feel like I'm too young to have any regrets.
Sure, absolutely.
Because now it's the time. I mean, people in their 20s, people in their 30s, I feel like it's that time where you take risks. You know,
absolutely.
So I'm taking risks.
I think there's two sides to the coin here, right? For David he knows that if things don't work out, he could just leave tomorrow. I think one of the best sayings that I've heard was, when you start a business, you got to be naive. And I think to come home, there needs to be a bit of naivety as well. That you could create change. And I think like if you're 40 years old, if you're 50 years old, if you're 60 years old, you think you have seen enough. You think you know people, you think you know human beings, and you wouldn't believe that change is possible. If you don't think change is possible, you wouldn't ever make decisions like coming home. And I feel like, just by us being foolish, that we could create change, and sometimes maybe we actually do. What is your message to those tuning in right now that are currently not at home, not in Sarawak, not in Malaysia, working overseas, thinking the grass is greener? What's your message to them?
I wouldn't just address it to people in overseas, but people in West Malaysia as well.
Sure.
Because we have a lot of good human capital back in West Malaysia as well. Because they need to know that it takes courage to come back. Sure. But you have to create the opportunity for yourself. You don't just expect things to fall in. Definitely there'll be a lot of vulnerabilities when you come back, thinking like what we just say this whole segment. We could have done better, we could have created better things because of population and because of spending power in other places compared to Sarawak. And I mean, it's very sad to see that this beautiful state is aging, People don't know that the society here are aging. Think of what you could do to improve, because there is an issue here. When there's a problem, there's an opportunity. So you take that, you switch that around to think of the opportunity. I can't think for opportunity for you, but you have to think it for yourself. And for us, you have to think it for all of us, for the whole state. How you can improve. Be the leader you want to see, be the change you want to be.
Absolutely.
So don't just expect. So my advice would be, don't put your expectations too high. You just lead yourself to disappointment. When you get disappointed, you get stuck in the hole, and that's when you leave. And you leave with a heavy heart and hate, because you felt like
there's not let down.
There's not much I can do here. There's nothing else I can do here. That's what I always hear. If I do it in Kuching, it won't be as good as I do it in Petaling Jaya and all that, So it's not a good comparison. But if you are capable and brave enough to come back and do it, just do it.
The truth is this: because home is a feeling, you may very well feel that sense of belonging, that sense of security overseas. And if that is the case and you don't feel at home here in Sarawak, sure, you can call that other place home, and that is fine. But if you miss Sarawak, if you miss Malaysia, if you miss that place that you call home and that is not where you are right now, the idea is for you to come home. Because if you're 100% yourself, if you're comfortable where you are when you are at home, right, then you are able to make change. You are able to talk to the next person next to you to create that change you want to make and be that change you want to be. I think like that clarity of purpose, that clarity of vision, and that clarity of mission as well will actually help you to actually bring people locally to actually look at that vision as well and believe in that vision. So with you being that leader back home, you are able to bring even more people into your vision, creating job opportunities along the way, and that all help Sarawak, that all help Malaysia, okay? So thank you for tuning in. That's a wrap. Bye-bye for now.